Hey there, welcome in. Thought I would come on and do a March Twin Flame energy reading. Hope everyone is doing well. I just finished the collective energy report for the month. That will be uploaded momentarily. And what is going on with this deck? It's all wonky. Wonky. Things are turned around and everything. All right. All right, so let's take a look here. With choosing decks, I was asking if this Wisdom of the Oracle was the deck for this reading, and Messages in a Bottle came out. So I'm going to put that over here. So could be some messages coming in telepathically, through the heart space, messages of love. It is, a lot of water, so could be, like I said, intuitively, messages of love, across the phone. We'll see. Messages in the sky, the birds. Could come in any form. So let's just take a look. So March, we have the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo on the 3rd. I'm recording this the day before, so we're in that energy, right? Just started to really heat up all of a sudden. So thank you to the counterparts for being here. My counterpart for helping me with these messages. Boy, you bring some heat, man. We have the spring equinox, which is a huge portal. We've got plenty other planetary transits, but the ones that I've been really feeling into are Venus moves into Taurus on the 30th. Venus rules Taurus, so she loves being there, right? The divine feminine energy. The divine feminine came out very strongly. That whole energy came out strongly in the collective read. We have Jupiter moving direct. Finally, in Pisces, we have Mercury going direct. Jupiter in Cancer, Mercury in Pisces. So, a lot of good things coming. A lot of expansion. Boy, I don't know. My heart just started racing, man. So let's take a look. Twin Flame Collective read, please, for March. My goodness. It's a great month. The planets are favoring connections, fated connections. Wow. I think I'm dumbfounded that came out. They certainly have something to say. And what else do we have here? You got to be kidding me. Well, this is certainly angelically protected. We have 44, 4, and 40. 4, 4, 4, 4. I can't make it up. Cannot make it up. I do want to say it could have be a nod to the 4-4 portal in April. But we have a thinker, the higher power, and the co-create. I feel like this is a month of how do we make this work? You, me, and the divine. How do we make it work? Well, okay. Reading done. Who wants to begin? I do, she says. Okay, Divine Feminine was. Boy, I suddenly got the giggles. I don't know where this reading is going to go, but I feel like there's some excitement in the field here with these counterparts. They're excited. Wow. Things finally get moving. One more shuffle, please. Sorry if this is loud. Why do I keep feeling like the light goes in and out? I don't know. Well, my goodness. Jeez. So, I've got the Divine Feminine coming right out of the gate saying, where the hell are you? I can't see you. I haven't heard from you. And then boom, all of a sudden they're here. You know, the Knight of Wands and the Sun and the Two of Swords. It's like, intuitively, I want to say that Divine Feminine knows that this is certainly coming. Well, if you're feeling this uptick of energy, there's joy, there's happiness. I feel like there's a lot of passion. I feel like the passion is gonna be. It's like you're not gonna. It's different. It's not like it used to be. I'm hearing, but there's definitely a surge of energy coming in that intuitively, yes, you know, but I'm not quite sure you see it or you haven't seen it. Then all of a sudden, bam, it's here. It's like in your face. It's joyful. It's passionate. It's like if you're receiving these messages, it's like it could be like, well, I didn't know you knew this or you felt this, or you know, it's just like it's so, I don't know. It's yummy, but it's like it's very exciting. I gotta, how it's moving through my system, it's like really exciting. For some of you, you don't see this coming. You just don't. I don't know where your intuition's been, but it's like you could be caught off guard by the intensity of this. It could start showing up energetically, of course. You know, there has been some Kundalini on the rise, activating the last 3-4 weeks. So, yeah. So, what else for the Divine Feminine? Whew. It's like I've got to stop and breathe here because it's just it's really intense. Anything else for the Divine Feminine? Suddenly the deck went really quiet. And then I say that and then it spills all over the place. Well, let's turn all of this over. We've got the Three of Pentacles and the Hangman. Yeah. How do we work together? How do we make this happen? Let's look at it from a different perspective. Let's get a different angle on this. Definitely. Five of Pentacles. I thought you didn't want this. I thought you couldn't have this. I thought whatever. How are we going to do this differently? So our wounds, anything that's unhealed, doesn't come out and bite us in the ass. It's interesting that it's coming out with that card. But the energy of feeling abandoned by the counterparts, it could go either way, but there's an opportunity to really find solace with one another, finally. Six of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Yeah, how do we work this out? How do we balance it? You're different, I'm different. The energy for us is different. How do we do that? Then we've got the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. I like this Four of Pentacles. Instead of holding on, it's like you're using. So what I'm getting is like I'm being shown like a workplace, and it's like there's a bunch of people standing around the table, and you're like, well, our ideas, failed the last time, how we implemented this failed the last time. Let's take your strength and your strength and your strength and your strength, and let's collaborate. Let's create something very lucrative, very tangible, very productive, very I know I just probably use similar words, but something that we can grow, and we're growing it with love and emotion and compassion. The divine masculine could be the one that comes in and says, I've got some ideas here. I've seen how we've done things in the past, and this is not desirable for us anymore. The physical separation, the illusion separation between us and spirit or God or whatever you call it. I love this. Mother Mary, and then there's a spaceship behind her. It's like we're all connected. Let's get back to that instead of seeing each other as different or not worthy, or you know what I mean. Instead of triggering the abandonment wound, which hopefully by now is been healed for the most part. It's maybe not completely healed, but because especially if there is a physical distance. But we do have 3, 4, and 5 of discs here. We have 3, 4, 5, and 6 discs, pentacles here. So there is a beautiful progression of energy, and it's moving very quickly. It's very impassioned. Is that a word? It is now. It's very impassioned. I feel like the divine feminine is coming in and saying, here's what I want to say. I feel like the divine feminine is taken off guard, or taken aback. She's not off guard. It's just taken aback. She's surprised at this resurgence of joy and passion for the connection and for the counterpart. You know what I mean? I feel like that internal guidance is letting her know that this is coming. And the divine masculine is coming, bringing up the tail end here of this spread. Like, how do we make this work? How do we make it happen differently than when it was before? Whether that's before in this incarnation or another incarnation, how do we do this differently? We do it with love. We do it with passion. We have to both be committed to this. We have to look at things from new perspectives instead of the old perspectives. We have to make sure that neither one of us loses ourselves in this connection or in the other. It's reciprocal. It's balanced. It's joyful. It's hopeful. It's, whatever we want, we create it together with the divine working with us, with that higher power, co-creating with the higher power. How do we do it? Let's just take a look at that Two of Swords, because she's starting this reading, coming in with the energy of not seeing something for what it really is. Because she's wearing a virtual reality, goggles. This could be, you could be dreaming, having dreams of this connection in the upper dimensions. I do want to say that, but there's something not being seen in this reality. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. That there's a new start coming. There's a new beginning. There's a message coming in from this divine masculine. And like I said, message in the bottle. There's a message coming in that's tangible. That's let's make this happen. let's put what we've learned about ourselves to work here. Hierophant. Support. There's a higher power supporting this. Still one more. It's Two of Swords, Spirit. Six of Wands, success, victory. Yeah, there's no half measures anymore. I like that. I gotta write that down. It's like either you're in and committed, or we're not. And this divine feminine is coming through and saying, I'm committed. I'm ready for this. I'm excited for this. I've had to flip myself on my head and see the connection and see my divine counterpart and myself in totally new light from a higher vantage point. That Five of Discs does not even warrant a clarification card at all for me here, because it just feels like there's no more of that. It's done. It's like seeing even that for the truth of what it is. You know, it's right next to the Hangman. Seeing that abandonment, seeing maybe, you know, this could be just a moment in this connection this month where that abandonment wound does show up for this divine feminine energy, male or female, doesn't matter. You know how I roll on this channel. So it could come up just for a moment, but I feel like it's just so she can see it from a higher vantage point, from her wisdom, from, you know, the spiritual growth that she's acquired and moved through at this point. But she's ready for connection. She's ready for balance and reciprocity, and for her wishes to come true. And you know, she's like, I'm making my dreams come true no matter what. This is just like the cherry on the top of the, you know, the icing, right? So it's like, yeah. I do feel like there's a bit of surprise at herself of how fired up she's getting. She's feeling the intensity and the shift in the energy. She's it's like there's like, and I, you know, see, like I said about the Four of Pentacles, it's typically attachment. It's greed. It's holding on to something that, you know, keeps the heart space from being expressive and feeling and whatever. This is like very open. It's surrendered. It's detachment. It's equality. It's an interesting word to bring through, but it's equality. It's like everybody has. It's like meeting the divine counterpart here, right where they're at, and seeing exactly each other sees each other, the other, one sees the other right where they're at, and it's like there's no forward projecting, there's no back pedaling. It's like, yeah, where do we go from here? How do we move forward, and how do we make this work? I'm different, you're different. And the great thing is you're going to be given opportunities to really feel and see how different and how much growth spiritually and how much maturity has evolved since the last time you've seen or even spoken with your counterpart. So let's take a look at the divine masculine. Where you be? What's going on with them? Knight of Pentacles. They're making a plan. They're following their guidance. Slowly but surely. Right to the Empress. Right to the divine feminine. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Moving determinedly, one step at a time, toward the divine feminine. Five of Wands, man. We are going to be taking a look at that. Oh, I'm hearing, I hope it's not too late. For some of you, your divine counterparts, hoping it's not too late. Six of Cups. Page of Swords. Yeah, some communication. Again, message in the bottle. We got the Page of Swords right in the middle of his spread. They got some very loving messages. They've been thinking a lot about what has transpired in the past. Again, another five of Swords. So there is change coming. In this divine masculine is definitely feeling a shift. They may have been fighting it. Queen of Swords. Interesting energy for the divine masculine collective here. All right, taking those two that flipped up. Love that. Eight of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3. Okay, just checking her major arcanas. He's got 2. All right, well, this divine masculine is definitely moving toward their feminine counterpart. They've been, you've been on their mind a lot lately. They've been in their fields and that maybe not knowing how to speak about that even. For many of them, they use their work or projects to channel that energy. Of course, they've just, been focusing on money while they bide their time is what I'm hearing. There's, see, this Queen of Swords feels like this outer energy. Let me, who and what is this Queen of Swords? Typically she's, truth and clarity and discernment. She can be very cold. And that could be possibly what they're saying here is that I know I've been distant. I've been working on my job, my career project, myself. I've been working on getting clear about things in my life. Yeah. Oop, oop, hey, oop. Come here. The Lovers. Yeah. For some of them, this could be clarity in the decision that they need to make, or they have made a decision in the past. It's like they're sticking to it. That could possibly be why they're slowly moving toward the divine feminine here. But this other energy moving, forward is Five of Wands and Five of Swords. There's been a lot of inner turmoil and a lot of conflict. Let me just take a look at this here. I do want to say that the Wheel of Fortune is here, though. It's been moving some things that don't serve the divine masculine out of their field. Great. It's been happening for all of us, whether, no matter what you are, masculine, feminine, male, female, doesn't matter. It just, the universe has certainly been shifting things out for us. Well, this divine masculine feels like they've been in a mental prison of late. Talk to me about the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords, please. Yeah. Guess what? Another five of cups. So this is the divine masculine still. Yes, I did just roll my eyes. Still mucking around in the past energy, which is okay. They have to take their time with their journey. I know from my experience with counseling and guiding, and not counseling, but you know what I mean. Twin flames is like the masculine energy is the one that has to dissolve the greatest. Has to dissolve the ego. Has the hardest job dissolving the ego, right? You know, which we don't really dissolve it, and we just, you know, integrate our shadow aspects and accept who we have been, and move you know, into who we're becoming. But this divine masculine is, yeah, they're still bringing some of that with them into this month of March. I feel like this could be Mercury, and Mercury's retrograde really having them. Mercury and Jupiter, I'm hearing, having them really assess just how and who they've been in connection, not just with this counterpart, but with others. Like, do they play well together? You know, has he been fair? Wow, I've got to get another one. Well, she's got the Five of Pentacles, and that's the one that's missing over here. So, what else can you shed light on for us here with the other fives? Definitely big transformations and shifts going on in this masculine collective. Anything else, Spirit? The Tower and the World, yeah. Yeah, whew. Now I can feel it. And now I can feel it. We have been talking the last few months about, you know, a monkey on the back with the divine masculines. We've been talking about the burdens and things. This is, the universe has certainly stepped in. Definitely shifts with the world here. Definitely shifts with the Tower. I kind of want to say a couple things here. Number one, what's going on in the outer world, in the global scheme of things, they may pay too much attention to. It's just how that came out. So that's how it was meant to be said. For them personally, it just feels like they're just trying to hold on to their footing because things are shifting very quickly in their world. Wow. Page of Swords. What is this message here from the Page of Swords, please? Oh, Seven of Wands. I feel like they're really unsure, the Devil. Yeah, they're really unsure how to come forward. So there could be some telepathic and some dream conversations going on. It's like they feel like they feel like they're on guard because they feel like think people are watching them, watching their every move. Wow. But I love the Knight of Pentacles that came out and for them first is they want to do things correctly. They you know, it's bad enough that they've been beating themselves up on and off for the last year about that. Now that they've got the outer people in their outer reality that are, and then the global reality that's really just pushing their buttons, it feels like I am just really feeling that pressure on my back again. There's just like there's too much pressure for them to make a decision. Maybe they've got a spouse or something that that's putting pressure on them to take some action, to make a decision or something, or shit or get off the pot. I've just heard that really clearly. I don't know what that's about, but it's they're caught up in some really toxic karmic cycles, mentally, spiritually. Some of them could have taken a vow to I don't even know what it's called. It's like when you vow to not believe in something higher power. Uh, I know there are some divine masculines who were at the foot of the cross with me during Christ's crucifixion, and they have not gotten over it, and they vowed to never believe again and never to trust. So there's some karmic energies that are clearing. Got no idea why that came up, so it's very important apparently. But divine masculine is feeling like they've got to protect their energy, and they're just trying to set some healthy boundaries here. And maybe that's part of the communication that wants to come through, is like, I want to come forward, but there's just too much going on right now, internally and externally for me. I have made the decision. I'm very clear about what direction I want to move in, and I'm going to move in. But right now I've got to keep my head down, and I've got to protect my energy and just keep doing things the way that I've been doing them, so I don't make more waves than what's going on. Wow. What is that about? Can you give me any clarity on that? So they don't make any waves. It just feels like they've got other people talking in their ear. Oh, that's a lot. Well, it is a lot. It's, that's because it is a lot for the divine masculine. Yeah, there's definitely a transformation. There's Three of Cups. Could be a third party energy being eclipsed out of their cycle. Interesting way to put that, Spirit. So thank you. The energy is really intense, and they just really need to focus on themselves, nurture themselves. I just want to say this could feel very emotional for them. They feel like they've had to be strong for too long, and they just want to soften. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. But yeah, I feel like this transformation has to do with other people around them. It's like you could, your divine masculine could be someone who is not allowing old aspects of themselves to engage in old aspects of friendships and partnerships and relationships. Maybe there's an intolerance here of I won't put up with that anymore. I can't put up with that. But for them to admit that, it could be like, man, I know this is going to make waves, and it's like internally it's like, make love not war, but it's like every step they take creates more war-ish energy, chaotic energy in their life, and and internally as well, mentally and emotionally, like those old aspects of themselves coming up to be seen and heard for a last time here. Yeah, Six of Cups, old energy coming back for sure, old emotions coming back. Definitely they're sitting in their fields for the divine feminine. I feel like they do have something to say here, but right now they're just keeping their head down. There's just too much. There's just too much to deal with right now. I'm not saying this is I give up energy. This is like, no, I know which direction I'm going in. I just need to take this. I need to do this smarter than I did before, or I just need to do this smarter, because you know, I mentioned in the collective reading how we navigate March's energies are going to be very key. And I feel that from this divine masculine. It's like he is very aware of how that he needs to navigate this energy through the heart space, not through over analyzation, but he does have to connect the heart and the mind. He's got to be very smart about his moves. Wheel of Fortune, moving forward. Wheel of Fortune, karmic wheel turning, man. Yeah, Nine of Cups. Page of Pentacles. I gotta be careful how that came out. I don't know where my mind was just going. My goodness. Six of Swords and Page of Pentacles. So yeah, so this divine masculine has the Page of Pentacles as well as the, so there's opportunity and news and action being taken towards something new, moving forward together. But it's like right now, this divine masculine just does not want to make any more waves than what's being created. And surely, divine feminine, we can respect that, yeah? Because if your divine masculine is in a third party situation, work, marriage, whatever it is, they're ending. They're ending. There's an end to it. There's something is transforming here, and eclipsing out is what I'm hearing. Which is perfect with the lunar eclipse tomorrow and the energy that we're sitting in right now. But so he has got to do this. He's got to be smart about what he's doing and how he's doing it. This divine masculine does not want any backlash to come at his divine feminine with what's ending here. Okay? So could be protecting the divine feminine and the divine feminine's energy from this toxic energy, the devil and the Seven of Wands, protecting from this toxic energy. Divine masculine does want to move forward toward the Nine of Cups. They both have the Nine of Cups here. So I also feel like it's not something they want to hide. If their connection with you in the past has been something they've had to hide or keep secret, they're doing so now to protect it, but that old energy is also leaving, is what I want to say. It's interesting. Sorry. All right, let's just take a quick little gander at the connection, overall collective twin flame connection energy for the month of March, please. You know, like I said in the beginning, there's a lot of transits that are favorable for partnerships, new bonds, new connections. Look at that, the devil in reverse. Karmic toxic energy is leaving the building. Wow. Oop, that's a lot. Let's take this one. Eight of Swords. Anything that's been keeping the connection trapped in old illusions, old lies. Could be even the divine feminine holding on to some sort of an attachment, and now she's released that. Could be the divine masculine who's done the same. But there's a release, there's a liberation here of toxic energy. I like that. Come here. Page of Swords again. So there is communication. There's an opportunity to have a very clear and truthful conversation here. That leads, come here. That leads to whatever, you know, your dreams are, whatever your wish fulfillment, because they both got 9 of Cups here. Give me a little bit of the energy of this eclipse for this collective energy or collective connection. Where are my words? I can't even say it right. Spirit knows what I want. All right. 4 of Cups. There are, I'm hearing there are rumors. 3 of Pentacles. There's talk about co-creating in the upper realms. This lunar eclipse is going to, yeah, I love that. Look at that, beautiful. Walking toward your 9 of Cups, 8 of Cups. You know, doing what we've got to do to get to that 9 of Cups. There's balance, there's peace, there's healing, there's collaboration, there's connection. I do want to say that this eclipse, though, is going to bring some... That could be what these 5s are over here. This 5 of Wands, this 5 of Swords. It could be the... when the divine masculine starts making changes in their life, it could be anything from a haircut to buying a new pair of jeans or a new pair of sneakers. Even though they need it, if they are connected to some toxic energy, friends, spouse, whatever it is, or even in their own mind, but that's for a different conversation, that could start people talking. Hey, do you know that so-and-so is, you know, I haven't known him to or her to buy a new pair of jeans in years, and now all of a sudden they're, well, it's like people think that, I feel like people are just going to start talking, and they don't know what they're talking about. It's like they just got to speak just for the sake of speaking. But, and I feel it's because they see something being created here, or they sense something being created here. Very interesting message. But the collective energy is certainly moving out of some stagnation here, choosing themselves, moving toward their 9 of Cups, their healing, moving toward whatever opportunities they have to build upon themselves and build upon this connection. I was asking for guidance or the advice, and it's the Knight of Swords. Watch tongue. Watch your tongue. Just, I feel like this is like very, it's like it's like boom, boom, boom. It's like there's like the energy comes in, the divine masculine, it kind of rattles the cage a little bit over here, and then the collective energy is like just, just watch your tongue. You don't have to feed. You don't have to feed the gossip. Choose when to speak. You don't have to feed it. There's something about what's transpiring. It's sacred. It's spirit-led. It's soul-led. And it's going to move very quickly. The truth is going to come out. Come here, come here, come here. The truth is going to come out very quickly. And I love how this has the twins riding on this horse. We are in the horse year. The twins are going to be riding this wave from now on. I'm hearing from now on. Outcome, potential outcome. Let's get a couple here. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady does win the race. There's something here about patience. Patience. Patience, grasshopper. Patience. Things are coming. You can't rush it. Even though that energy is going to feel very intense and like you want to just rush forward, it is important. We've got the message all over. It is important to take it slow. We had the message in the collective reading I just uploaded. Taking it slow. Being very methodical. Doing it right this time. Let's get two more for the outcome, potential outcome here for March for this connection. Yep. Tower, 10 of Cups. Surprising reconnection for many. For others, this is going to be a breakdown of one connection to build another. There is a transit at the end of the month, which actually allows for firm foundations and connections to be put into place. I know I wrote it down. Where it be? The 28th, Saturn sextiles Pluto. Destiny restructures your foundation. Beautiful opportunity. How are you going to look at it? If something falls apart, what are you going to build from what's left over, right? And then that could be, you know, where this is. Like, you know, if you've been with your counterpart before, you know, and then many of us, majority of us have been in past life connections, but in this incarnation, how do we rebuild this to get from the 9 of Cups, you know, the 8 of Cups where we choose ourselves individually and then choose the connection, to our 9 of Cups, which is what we want and our desires, you know, and Jupiter is supporting that this month, and Venus is supporting that this month, and everything else is supporting that this month. And then how do we rebuild that foundation? How do we take what we've already tried? Maybe it failed, maybe it had a little bit of success. And then how do we really build it up so it has staying power, right? Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. But, you know, the universe is definitely bringing this in one brick at a time, right? One brick at a time. So I love that. Something to build on. If you're still here, thanks for sticking around. I know these readings, I don't know how to produce a small reading, a short reading. All right, final messages here from Archangel Michael for the twins here. Focus upon divine and perfect health. Yeah, take care of yourselves. Make sure that you're, you know, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically clearing your energy, detoxing your body, keeping clear of as many chemicals as you can. You know, other people's energies, collective energy. Turn off that freaking news. Sorry. And we've got new beginnings and a fresh start. Beautiful. Definitely. Are getting some help here because the romance angels are helping you. Wow. It says, dear guardian angels of my soulmate, and we started with the soulmate card, right? Thank you for preparing my soulmate and me for love, for giving us the motivation to make healthful life changes. It's interesting that this is talking about health too. So the two of you might notice that you're eating differently. You're making smarter choices food-wise. Your body is asking for something, you know, more pure or, you know, less chemical laden, as you know, than what you've been feeding it, quite possibly. Motivation to make healthful life changes and for arranging for us to meet. Thank you for helping us recognize each other and have the courage to say hello so that we can eventually delve into a truly intimate relationship. There you have it. Well, perfect way to end a twin flame reading. I love that. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you to my divine counterpart for assisting with these messages. I really appreciate your guidance and your input. Yeah, so there you have it, my lovelies. Oh, everything's just falling all over the place. And yeah, if you are if this resonated, great. If it didn't, great. Doesn't, it's okay. But if you're interested in getting a personal reading on your own connection with your divine counterpart, the email will be in the description box below for you to reach out and let's have a conversation. We get you on the books, and yeah, we'll do that. So until then, I love you. I will be back whenever Spirit says there's a new message that wants to come through. And yeah, have a great month. We'll talk to you soon. I love you. See ya.